Have you ever watched your dog twitch, paddle their legs, or let out a tiny bark while sleeping? Most of us assume it's just an unconscious reflex, but the truth is, inside that sleeping brain, an entire world may be unfolding. For years, scientists have tried to answer a question that fascinates millions of dog lovers. What do dogs actually dream about? Are they running across open fields, chasing a favorite ball, or remembering the people they love most? Recent discoveries in neuroscience have begun to reveal a surprising answer, and once you understand it, you may never look at your sleeping dog the same way again. Stay until the end of this video because what dogs truly see in their dreams may be far more touching than you ever imagined. And to understand what dogs actually dream about, we first need to know something important. Dogs don't simply sleep. Studies of canine sleep show that dogs go through sleep stages remarkably similar to those of humans. They experience light sleep, deep sleep, and most importantly, REM sleep, the stage where the most vivid dreams occur. What's truly fascinating is that, when scientists measured dogs' brain activity during REM sleep, they found brainwave patterns strikingly similar to those seen in humans. In other words, when your dog is asleep at your feet, their brain isn't simply switched off. It's still active, processing information and creating experiences within its own dream world. And that's only the beginning, because the next question is even more intriguing. If dogs really do dream, what exactly are they dreaming about? But if a dog's brain is creating vivid dreams, why don't they suddenly jump up and start running around the house while they're asleep? The answer lies in a remarkable mechanism inside the brain. During REM sleep, a specific part of the brain temporarily switches off most of the body's muscles. This allows dogs to run, jump, or chase things in their dreams without actually performing those actions in the real world. However, this system isn't always perfect. That's why you may sometimes notice their paws gently paddling, their ears twitching, or their tails moving while they sleep. Those tiny movements aren't a malfunction of the body. They may be fragments of a dream quietly leaking into the physical world. This also helps explain something many dog owners have noticed. Puppies and senior dogs tend to twitch and move in their sleep much more than healthy adult dogs. In puppies, the brain systems responsible for controlling muscle activity during sleep are still developing. In older dogs, those same systems gradually become less effective with age. As a result, whatever is happening in their dreams is more likely to show up in the real world. When you see a puppy repeatedly paddling its legs as if it's running, or an elderly dog gently wagging its tail while asleep, they may be doing more than simply resting. They could be reliving a moment from their own world. And not every one of those dreams is necessarily as happy as we might imagine. And that brings us to a question many people have never considered. Can dogs have nightmares? The answer is yes. Just like humans, dogs can experience dreams that make them anxious or frightened. You may notice them breathing faster than usual, whimpering softly, or suddenly twitching in their sleep. When this happens, many owners instinctively try to wake them up right away. But experts generally recommend a gentler approach. Instead of touching them, try calling their names softly from a distance. A familiar voice often helps a dog feel safe as it gradually wakes up. If your dog has ever whimpered, barked, or startled awake while sleeping, comment 1 below. What's even more fascinating is that scientists have gone a step further. They've begun uncovering what may actually be happening inside those dreams. For many years, scientists believed we could never truly know what animals dream about. After all, we can't simply ask a dog to describe its dreams. But then, a famous series of experiments changed the way researchers thought about dreaming. Scientists monitored animals' brain activity while they explored their surroundings during the day. Later, they observed those same brains while the animals were asleep. What they discovered was remarkable. The same patterns of neural activity that appeared while the animals were awake began appearing again during sleep, often in nearly the same sequence. In other words, the brain seemed to be replaying experiences from earlier in the day. This finding suggests that dreams are not just random images floating through the mind. They may actually be memories being reviewed, organized, and stored while the brain sleeps. And if dreams are a reflection of everyday life, what does a dog actually dream about? The answer may be simpler than you think. Dogs most likely dream about the familiar experiences that make up their daily lives. It could be a morning walk, a favorite game in the garden, an encounter with another dog, or the endless pursuit of a ball they never seem to get tired of chasing. Many researchers believe that dogs do not dream about random events. Instead, they appear to be revisiting experiences that left a meaningful impression on their minds. That means the moments you create with your dog each day may become part of the dream world they return to at night. But what's even more fascinating is that not all dogs dream the same dreams. Researchers believe that the content of a dog's dreams often reflects the instincts, experiences, and personality traits associated with its breed and individual character. A hunting dog may dream about tracking a scent or pursuing prey. A guard dog might dream about watching over its territory. Meanwhile, a retriever could be reliving the excitement of chasing after a favorite ball. In other words, dogs don't just dream as dogs, they dream as themselves. Each dream may be shaped by the unique life they have lived, the things they love, and the roles they were born to perform. And there is one group of dogs whose dreams may carry an even deeper emotional meaning, dogs that have entered their senior years. Perhaps the most touching dreams belong to older dogs. As dogs age, their bodies gradually slow down. Their runs become shorter, and the games they once enjoyed for hours no longer last as long as they used to. But in their dreams, those limitations may simply disappear. When you see an elderly dog's legs gently moving in its sleep, it may be running across a familiar field once again. It may be reliving the days when it was young, strong, and full of energy. No one knows exactly what they see, but there is something beautiful about imagining that the memories of those happy moments are still there waiting quietly within them. If you have a senior dog at home, comment one below and send them a little love. And that's when the most surprising part of this story truly begins. By now, everything we've discovered seems to lead to one final question. If dogs usually dream about the things that matter most in their lives, what appears most often in those dreams? Think about a typical day in your dog's life. They wait for you to wake up. They follow you from room to room. They celebrate when you come home. And they spend a remarkable amount of time simply watching what you're doing. A dog's life doesn't revolve around hundreds of different things. It revolves around a handful of things that truly matter. And in most cases, there is one thing that sits at the center of it all: you. Scientists believe that this may reveal who appears most often in a dog's dreams. Because if dreams are built from the memories, emotions, and experiences that shape everyday life, then the person who shapes most of those experiences may also become the most familiar character in their dream world. And that is exactly what many canine behavior experts believe. If dreams are built from the memories and emotions that matter most, then it is very likely that a dog's owner appears in those dreams more often than anyone else. Not just your face. It may be the sound of your voice, the scent they could recognize among thousands of others, or simple moments like walking together, playing together, or relaxing side by side on the sofa. You are not merely a part of your dog's life. You are the source of safety, comfort, joy, and familiarity. So, when your dog gently wags its tail in its sleep or lets out a small bark, there is a chance that somewhere within that dream, it is reliving a moment shared with you, a moment that mattered enough to be carried from the waking world into the naft of dreams. So the next time you see your dog sleeping peacefully, take a few extra seconds to watch. Behind those gentle paw twitches, soft barks, and eyes moving beneath closed eyelids, an entire world of memories may be unfolding, and there's a good chance that you're part of that world. Because a dog's love doesn't end when they fall asleep. It may continue with them into their dreams. If you found this story interesting and it helped you understand your dog a little better, don't forget to like and subscribe so you won't miss future canine psychology videos. Thank you for watching all the way to the end.